During our recent special election, the elected officials asked the citizens of Texarkana, Arkansas to approve the refinancing of an existing bond which would provide monies to initiate much-needed repairs and upgrades to our city streets. As with any issue, there are two sides, which I believe is beneficial in a representative government. Each side should have the opportunity to present facts and information to influence the voters to cast a ballot in favor of their position. During this special election, this was somewhat true. The individual publicly leading the opposition to the passage of this initiative utilized what I believe was unethical methods to derail our city the availability of funds to improve the infrastructure of Texarkana, Arkansas. One specific unethical method pertained to the handing out of a flyer containing misleading information and one specific lie. The flyer was handed out in another ward director's ward on a day a town hall meeting was scheduled to discuss the special election. The individual may have had the right to go into any area of the city, but to sliver into another person's ward that did support the initiative was not the right thing to do. The individual could have come to the town hall meeting and he would have been provided as much time as he desired to speak against the initiative and state his rationale why he was of the opinion the bond issue as being presented was not a good avenue for our city to follow. Perhaps he realized the propaganda he put on the flyer would have been challenged and proved to be inaccurate, which may have been a driving factor in his decision to choose a cowardly approach to distribute misinformation. Open debates are an excellent method to allow our constituents the opportunity to make an informed decision. With open discussions, everyone has the opportunity to challenge statements and provide clarifications on perceived inaccuracies. There were three specific instances in which the misinformation, lie, and propaganda wasn't made available to our community. I am very grateful our citizens were able to see through this tactic for what it was, sour grapes, because his demand that funds be equally divided between the wards when our infrastructure deficiencies are not equally distributed between wards. This individual made several attempts to get his way, and when the other remaining elected officials were willing to put Texarkana's interests first and not seize upon the opportunity as a means to enhance their re-election prospects, he chose to initiate a concerted propaganda attack containing inaccurate, misleading information and an outright lie. The bond issue passed by a 77% margin citywide. The bond issue passed in every voting precinct, with the lowest margin being a huge 62%. I want to once again express the Board of Directors' appreciation for trusting us, knowing we will do the right thing with your tax dollars as we move forward to begin the process of repairing and upgrading the condition of our streets. Thank you for passing this bond initiative. Some may ask, why am I now addressing the inaccuracies and misinformation since the bond initiative passed? The answer is simple. The unethical tactic was wrong. The information was misleading. And as the mayor, I have a responsibility to stand up and ensure our citizens have accurate facts and information concerning your representatives and your city government. During the next few weeks, I will identify those inaccuracies and clarify with factual information. I choose not to utilize specific names because I am not sure who actually authored the flyer, the letter to the editor, or the paid political ad placed in the Texarkana Gazette. It is not about the individual. I do not want our citizens to have inaccurate information as they make decisions concerning our city in the future. My first response will be dedicated to funds acquired from the advertisement and promotion tax. Most refer to it as the A&P tax. The propaganda documents indicated the city officials pledged $5 million for a water park and $10 million to the development of Crossroads without a vote of the people. There are several misleading innuendos in those comments. The city is governed by the statutes the legislature enacts. Those statutes determine what we can, cannot, and must do. The ability for municipalities to establish and enact an A&P tax on hotel, motel rooms and food items sold and served at restaurants was began when Act 123 was enacted in 1969. On October the 19th, 1970, the Texarkana, Arkansas Board of Directors passed an ordinance which initiated the levying a tax on the receipts of motels within the city limits. On December 21st, 1978, that ordinance was amended to include the levying a tax on the receipts of restaurants within the city limits. From 1970 to 2006, there have been 11 modifications to Texarkana, Arkansas A&P tax ordinances. Those modifications were sometimes mandated by updated state statutes and changes in the amount of taxes being levied. On December the 18th, 2006, the Texarkana, Arkansas Board of Directors approved a 2% tax for restaurants and a 3% tax for hotel motels. The statutes creating the A&P tax also mandated the city create an A&P commission. The A&P commission is responsible for the administration and enforcement of all actions concerning the A&P tax, to include the disbursement of tax monies received as a result of the tax levy. There are specific areas expenditures can be legally made. They are listed in the statute. They may be used for advertising and promoting the city, construction and operation of a convention center, operation of tourist promotion facilities. If the commission determines that funding of the arts is necessary for and supporting of the city's advertising and promotion endeavors, funds may be allocated to the arts. May be also used for the operation of tourist-oriented facilities, including but not limited to theme parks and other family entertainment facilities. The A&P taxes may be used at city-owned parks. The A&P Commission may also contract with civic groups and Chamber of Commerce to provide services that are connected with tourism, events, and conventions. Texarkana A&P Commission is composed of 2 members of the Board of Directors, the Mayor and Ward 3 Director. 1 at-large member and 4 members are owners or managers of businesses in the hotel or restaurant industry. The members are owner of the King of Wings, owner of Old Time Burger Shop, the general manager at Holiday Inn Express, and the manager at Zapatas. All members are appointed by the Board of Directors. The A&P Commission did determine and approve A&P tax could and should be used to support the arts within our community. The A&P Commission awards annual grants and has made long-range pledges to organizations. The statute allows the approval of future pledges and even the issuance of bonds if the A&P Commission approves the action. During 2012, the A&P Commission awarded grants to 13 organizations in the Texarkana area. Those included Arkansas Welcome Center at Texarkana, Texarkana Museum System, the Ahern House, Four States Auto Museum, TRAC, Four States Fair, Texarkana Symphony Orchestra, Main Street Texarkana, Front Street Texarkana, Texarkana Arkansas Parks and Recreation, Holiday Springs Water Park, Texarkana Chamber of Commerce, Texarkana Convention Center, and Hot Rod Magazine to bring events to Texarkana. The city, staff, or Board of Directors does not have the authority of dispersing or pledging monies received from A&P taxes. Our state statute is very specific in this area. This authority is delegated to the A&P Commission. The Board of Directors have the authority to remove anyone from the A&P Commission if a majority are of the opinion the individual does not qualify to be a member or is not performing their responsibilities within the state law and city ordinance. These taxes have been collected since 1970. It would not be feasible to bring the expenditure to a ballot issue each year. To insinuate the disbursement of tax dollars should be placed on a ballot each year is not even rational or cost effective. Has the A&P Commission pledged monies for the Texarkana Chamber Convention Center and Holiday Springs Water Park? Absolutely. Was it the right thing to do? In my opinion, absolutely. Was the pledging of these funds within state statutes? Absolutely. To insinuate or state the monies were misspent is a falsification of facts. As an elected official and your mayor, I do not want to be a watchdog. I believe we as elected officials need to be good stewards of tax dollars. That means spend the money as it was intended within the guidelines of state law and city ordinances. That has been done with the A&P taxes collected. To say otherwise without proof or verification is simply mudslinging and hoping something will stick. The A&P meetings are open to the public and certainly to any board member. Before any funds are approved, all present have the opportunity to provide input into the decision which is about to be made. Since I have been mayor and chairperson of the A&P Commission, I cannot recall one A&P meeting the individual insinuating A&P taxes have been misspent or failed to follow an unknown state statute mandating allocation of A&P tax dollars be presented to a vote of the people has not been to any A&P meetings. The A&P Commission, not city officials, have pledged tax dollars to our water park and our convention center. The purpose of enacting and collecting A&P taxes is to enhance and attract tourism to our community. These pledges are an investment in our future. The convention center will bring visitors to our town. If we have services and attractions nearby, sound business practices indicate those tourists will spend money at restaurants, shopping venues, and utilize those attractions in close proximity. Those dollars stay in the community, and that is what tourism is all about. The water park will provide an outstanding venue for our own citizens to utilize instead of having to drive to another area with similar attractions. I refuse to apologize for doing what I believe is in the best interest of and for Texarkana, Arkansas. My comments are based on documented facts and not on a personal agenda to advance a political future. Nor is it to receive special consideration or favors, nor is it allowing the ability to be utilized by individuals who have a grudge or axe to grind with the city and too much of a coward to step forward and let everyone know who they are. I consider it a great honor to be your mayor. My goal is to prepare Texarkana, Arkansas for the future, make our community a better place to live, make sure our city government is financially sound, provide excellent services at a reasonable cost, and build our economic growth. We have an outstanding community. I want to ensure we provide the basic services a government has an obligation to provide. Safety by having an outstanding police and fire department. Life-sustaining services by ensuring we have water to drink at a reasonable cost. A reasonable, cost-effective process to dispose of wastewater, and an environmentally friendly method to dispose of household waste. And finally, properly maintained infrastructure. With your vote of confidence on June 26th, we now have funds to improve our streets throughout our city. We will begin that process of identifying the priority. I want to encourage each of you to become involved in the selection process. There will be workshops, town hall meetings, public hearings, and conclude with the Board of Directors selecting the final list of streets which will be repaired, resurfaced, or patched. You will have an opportunity to speak for or against a specific street during each and every venue. Thank you, and God bless each of you.